Clapping my
Yes.
How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, as good as I think we
Yeah.
all can be right now.
Yeah.
So, how are you holding up? Well, Jackie Page. I'm just like, oh my God, this is my player. So I'm Jackie Page. But how are you like holding up with all this like staying at home and social
Um,
distancing?
I mean, it's it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. It's like, I mean, I'm enjoying staying at home and just like finally kind of stopping and like getting to just write some music and just kind of be at home and like kind of take it all in. But I'm definitely missing just being able to just like go and do something. Like that is the part of it that's like sending me a little bit crazy. But I'm having a good day today, so that's good.
You're like, I'm having a great day today. So when everything like calms down
Yeah.
and we can start going outside again, what's the first thing that you want to like do?
Oh, I got a few things. I think, like, I think maybe, okay, so because I'm in London, maybe I'd like to either see a film, go see a show, or maybe just go to the pub. Like, I'd love to go to a pub and just have, like a nice glass of wine, but, like, sat outside,
Yes.
and just sit next to people and not feel like we need to be 2 meters apart, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss like, can I have a glass of wine? Like I miss asking somebody for a glass of wine. Like I want to do the same thing. You don't realize like how much you miss random miscellaneous people until you cannot be around random miscellaneous
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, it's
Like
crazy.
I I
Like,
I'm I miss it so much. Um, how's your dog?
oh, she's good. Do you want to meet her? Wait, let me get her. I made her leave the room because she's always just barking at me. Hold on.
Yo, so that's funny. I have a dog. So I'm actually like doing this in my closet because I have a dog and he does the same exact thing.
Really?
Yes.
Who's this?
Hey. Hi, baby.
Who's that? Her name's Loki.
Loki. How old is Loki?
She is just about to be 4 months old.
Oh, she's a baby.
Yeah. She's like new, like super fresh.
Oh, so how has it been being a new dog mom? My dog is 10, so I'm
Oh, no, do you know what? I must say, getting a dog now is like the perfect thing because I got her a week before we got put into self-isolation.
mm-hmm.
So I think in my head, because I tour so much, I was scared that I was going to get her and then have to go away again, and then she's not going to know who I am, and I kind of
Yeah.
but this is amazing because it means that I'm like with her all the time. I get to take her on walks, I get to train her myself, and yeah, it's lovely.
So that is a positive
Yeah.
because when I first got my dog, I had to like leave home for like 2 months. So my mom had to watch my dog.
Oh, no.
And I had the same like reservations and trying to train him when I got back was hard.
Yeah.
So
they don't see you enough. So they're trying to understand who their master is.
So I completely get it. If you ever have like questions about what it's like to be a dog mom, just let me know. Cause like I said, I've had my baby for 10 years and
wow. So when did you get your baby?
I got him in 2010. It may have been today. Back in 2010.
Oh, no way. Yeah. Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Like when I got her, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have you until I'm like in my 30s. That's crazy.
I couldn't. And that's the thing. Like when I first got my dog, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a dog. And now it 10 years later, and I'm like, I still like, I've been able to, I can't keep a plant alive. So the fact that I have been able to keep a dog alive for the last 10 years still blows me. Like, I'm like, what? Okay, so we'll get to dogs later. We got to talk about the music. Your album is out. I know a lot of people know you because of what you did with LMA, but I must say my favorite song on the album is I Wish I Missed My Ex.
Yay!
Like, was that an experience that you went through and you're like, oh, I got to put this on the album? Because when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, that just happened to me. Oh, they've been there before too. Like,
yeah, it was.
Like, what? Was it recent?
No, so this, I Wish It Was My Ex was 3 years ago. So it was the first song that I wrote for the album.
Okay.
And it was basically, so I just come out of a relationship, and I was just starting the kind of album writing process.
Mm-hmm.
And we broke up right at the beginning. And I remember in short, the whole kind of idea behind it was that, essentially he was a good guy. He was a great guy. He just wasn't the guy for me. And I'd never had that before. Like, I'd never wanted to break up with somebody.
Say that.
Yeah, but I'd never dated somebody where I felt like I wanted to break up with them purely just because it wasn't right. Like I'd much rather somebody do dirty on me so that I could be like, okay, this is done.
There's a reason behind it.
Exactly. Whereas this was that for me was like one of the hardest breakups I've had, because I was genuinely like, when he was saying, like, what's wrong, what's going on, like what is it? I was just like, I don't know. And then I wrote that song. And I was stupid because I texted him and I said, hey, listen, I've got a song coming out and I don't need to feel any kind of way about it. It's not a slander on you. It's just like, this is how it is. And like, this is what I wrote from it. And we've never spoken since. So we just lost, and like, we went to school together. So I knew him for like 10 years.
So after y'all broke up, it
was like 10 years of friendship, just like gone. Like, we didn't speak. We've not spoken since.
Do you think you felt some type of way about the song?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I should be laughing at that. But it's one of those things where it's just like, you and your feelings? Like,
yeah. I tried to apologize like a couple months back, and it just didn't work. So it's fine. I'm just like, my thing is, I'm like, as a songwriter, you have to be ready, like, particularly with me, because I write so honestly and so from my own experience and my own heart. I have to deal with the fact that there's going to be a consequence to that. So, and I don't mind. Like,
I don't blame you. Like, I got that off my conscience. Let's move on. Like, sorry. Maybe he'll come to in, the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. He just needs to get out his feelings now. So with what you did with Ella Mai, how was it working with her?
Oh, amazing. I mean, she's a gem. Like, she's just one of those girls that like the first time I met her, I was like, I know that we're going to be friends. And then when we went on tour together last year, and that was the time that I was like, Ella was one of the first like female artists that I'd met that I was like, you're just a really, really, really good person. So when we did What You Did, it was just perfect. Like, I mean, and she like her kind of hardworking nature and just like everything about her, she turned it around so quickly, and we got it out like 2 days after. So it was it was a really amazing moment for me, especially.
And we get to reap the benefits of all of that because What You Did is phenomenal. Yes. Every time the song comes on, I'm just like, what you do? Yes. Like, it just takes that spirit over. Like, y'all hit the head. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Song is fire. So literally in a few minutes, the story of Mahalia is dropping.
In 25 minutes, yeah.
Are you ready for people to see this side of you? Like, I was watching the teaser. Baby. Like, this is real.
I know. And you know what? So there's only 3 episodes, but the first episode, it's a little bit, so the first episode basically is more about my roots and my past and where I've come from. So I think this week will be more of an introduction, but next week, that's when you see me like have my moment.
Now, are they dropping at every third? Well, it's Friday where you are. It's Thursday here. No, it's still Thursday. Yeah. So are they dropping every Thursday?
Every Thursday at 5 p.m. my time. So every Thursday, is it 12 p.m. your time?
12 p.m. Yeah. Okay. So everybody on live, make sure you check that out. I'm like, I can't wait. This is about to be good. It's about to be real good. So you did some acting in your past.
I did.
Are you gonna put those shoes back on?
Do you know what? I would love to put those shoes back on. Because in the past couple of years, I've had like a couple moments where people have asked me, either to audition for parts or to try out for parts. And it's for me, it's more about finding the right moment to do that,
Mm-hmm.
Like we just had, have you ever read Noughts and Crosses, the book by Mallory Blackman?
Mm-mm.
So it's one of my favorite books of all time. And it's like, so in short, they just put out I think it's like a 6-part series. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is something that I'd have loved to have been a part of because it's my favorite book. So I think I'd love to put those shoes back on, but only in a circumstance where it would like mean something for me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think acting's hard. Acting is a hard thing.
Is it not the same as like doing a video though? Because I feel like when you do a video, like you have to get in some form of like altered character.
Yeah, kind of. I guess, but except I think with a music video, at least I'm acting as myself. Even if I'm like more sultry or like kind of playing a role, I'm still myself in the video. Mm-hmm. Whereas when I'm acting, getting into a different character is a strange thing. But I used to. So when I went to school when I was 14, I went to a school to study acting, and I did that for like a couple of years. So I think I definitely like to put those shoes back on. It's about confidence. It is most definitely about having the confidence to do that. Yeah.
I mean, you're Mahalia. Like, you have all the confidence in the world. What do you mean? Like, what? You can act for days and we'll just be like, is she going to sing now? Like, I feel like whatever film, a movie you do, you have to, like, sing just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, that would just be the icing on top of the cake of any film that
I'd love to.
That you would do. Like, ugh, it would be so amazing. So are you, and I'm sure you've done a little bit of this, but can we expect like more like IG lives where you're singing, doing like unplugged situations?
I'm hoping so. We're trying to, because purely because I live in a tiny apartment with like 4 other people, I'm trying to work out if I can maybe have a setup so I can maybe do something, because I was supposed to have a show on my birthday, which is in like 3 weeks in London, which got cancelled, and I'd love to do something on like either just like around that or just like do some of the stuff that I was planning to do. But I've also got new music coming.
Can you tell us anything about it?
All I can really say is that, what I can say is that being in isolation, I was looking back at all of my old music from like when I was writing my album, and there were so many songs on there that I was like, whoa, like this didn't make the album, but I know for a fact that people are going to appreciate this in the way that I do. So I basically put together like a really tiny little project of just a few songs that I wanted people to hear that didn't make the album and that I still wanted to be able to have.
We'll take it.
Yes, and
we'll take it.
I'm delivering. I finished all the vocals yesterday from my bedroom, so I'm delivering that tomorrow, which means that that's going to be here in like a couple of weeks.
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take it.
I'm probably going to do like a little tease, like maybe on IG Live or just on my feed. I'm definitely going to do a little certain for sure.
I approve all of those messages. Yes. We are so here for it. Mahalia, thank you for taking a few seconds to chat with me. The album is out now. Where can people get it?
They can get it on all your favorite streaming platforms, bitches. So you can go Spotify, Apple Music. I think you can find it on SoundCloud, YouTube, everything. It's just everywhere because everybody needs to hear it.
Get it now, and make sure you listen to I Wish I Missed My Ex, because that's my favorite joint on the project. So, Mahalia, thank you so much. Stay safe.
Thank you, darling. You too.
Have a good one.